What are you saying hold on for? I've started. What an intro. Anyway, I'm Slidex, that's Big Jobs. Big Jobs, we've got a good gameplay here for you. He's getting a triple swarm on kill confirmed, and his last score is 90 something and like 5 deaths. It's unbelievable. Anyway,
somewhere along those lines.
yeah. What's the class you're using? The setup.
As far as I can remember, as you can see, I'm using the MP7 with the suppressor. I think that's about it for the gun. I'm not sure about my secondary because I don't in this gameplay I don't think I pull out my secondary at all. Actually.
I don't think you've got one.
No, I usually just have a knife, and no sort of pistol or launcher or anything. But for my equipment, as you can see, I'm using the C4 and the EMP grenade. C4 is an OP beast, clears out rooms really easily. And the EMP, just for it's quite a good stun as well. Whether or not you're using it to get rid of a sentry gun or anything, it's quite good to just throw your opponents off guard. And yeah, for my perks, as far as I can remember, it's Hardline and Ghost.
Yeah.
For my two. Yeah, with the perk 1 wildcard. Greed even. And obviously, Ghost is a no-brainer. With a suppressor, you wanna run around the map. You wanna stay invisible, especially when the enemy can get an easy UAV if you have a really crappy team. And with Hardline, it means I can get my VSAT quicker. Oh yeah, and my score streaks are VSAT, Warthog, and of course the Swarm. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a triple Swarm.
You never know. You could just use it. You could just use a lot of the hunter-killer drones. Every time you get one, just chuck it.
Get hunter-killer drone after hunter-killer after hunter-killer. That might work.
Anyway, your other two attachments, toughness and dexterity, was it?
Yeah, toughness and dexterity. Toughness, because obviously you're going to be shooting a lot of people in these sorts of situations. And if you're in an unsteady gunfight, having toughness means that you can stay on your target constantly. And most of the time, it helps me win my gunfights and it will bring me to my best ability.
Yeah.
And for dexterity, you can see that I'm running around the map a lot, sprinting, and whenever I run into an enemy, my gun is up first before them, so I can just pick them off easily.
Yeah. And so, what was your strategy, in this gameplay, really?
In this gameplay, it was more of a shock because at the time I was playing with my friend Dave, and we were just having a laugh on Kill Confirmed, and then it wasn't really a planned game. It was more of a surprise, big gameplay. And I don't want to sound idle of myself, but I'm used to getting big gameplays and good play and stuff like that. But this was early in the game.
Yeah, it was.
And, I was quite shocked. So in order to have a good game, in order to get a swarm and get a high kill streaks, score streaks, I mean, if that's what you're aiming for in the game, then you're gonna want to pick your favorite gun.
Yeah.
So, as this is a small map, I've got my favorite SMG. At the time, it was my favorite SMG, the MP7. And if you've got any assault rifle that you'd like to use, any sniper, anything like that, you use your favorite gun. Like, you don't want to go onto YouTube and see, I want to see what other people have used to get their big score streaks. You want to go your own stuff.
Yeah. So for
favorite perks, your favorite guns.
For instance, if you've never used the MP7 at all, which is highly unlikely, but if you've never used it, and then you see this and you think, oh, he's got a triple swarm, I'll use the MP7, and you can't do it, it's just because the MP7 is not for you. Like, I prefer to use the what's it called, the Peacekeeper, and but before the Peacekeeper, it was the Vector, or the PDW. Like, I didn't use the MP7 that much, and when I was going through the challenges to try and get my guns diamond, I used the MP7 and it was pretty good. But my two favourite guns would be the PDW or the Peacekeeper. So if I was going to go for a triple swarm, I'd get at least one person I know in my team. So if I'm in a sticky situation, they can help me out. And obviously if I was going for the Swarm, a VSAT would be, without a doubt, my first choice or second choice.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, the VSAT is probably the best score streak you can get, and it's relatively easy to get at the same time.
yeah, especially on kill confirmed, like you don't always have to go for the tags, but if you're needing just that little bit more points to get to the VSAT, you need to go grab them tags. And you have a couple of close calls in this game as well, to be fair. You've got 2 deaths, you're up at 66, and you're just owning everyone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do get deaths. Don't think that this is a flawless gameplay, because it's not, obviously.
Yeah, you do die about five times, I think, but for the amount of kills you get to deaths,
Yeah, I think I get about 5 deaths.
and
Oh yeah.
a lot of people that go for really high gameplays on kill confirm, they don't go for the actual confirms unless they need that extra little points. But as you can see right now, he's at 71, 2 and 29 confirms. If he has a full 71 confirms, the game would be won by now. So he's not going for every single confirm, but he's going for the ones that he can reach, which is always a good idea to do if you're doing kill confirmed. Don't go running across open areas to get a tag. If you can't reach it, don't get it.
Don't push yourself. If you're going for a good gameplay, and this can be with anything, this can be going for high-end score streaks, or it can be going for a nuclear or anything you want. Always play defensive. Now here you can see I'm rushing a lot and everything, but that's just sort of my game style. And the other team, I have to admit, they were kind of appalling. But I don't know if that was because they were having a bad game, or if it was because I was just dominating them and I was just pushing them in. And that's another thing you really want to do, is you want to keep your enemies enclosed in fire. So you just want to constantly put pressure onto them so they have nowhere to move.
Yeah, you want to constantly be pushing their spawn. You don't want to spawn trap them because that's just unfair for the team. But if you're constantly pushing their spawn, the spawns will flip constantly, but that'll give them, they won't give them a sense of idea of where you are, because if you spawn trap them, you're going to have to sit somewhere and keep an eye on them. Where if you're pushing their spawn, they're not really going to focus on where you are, because they're going to be spawn different sides all the time. So unless you've got like a good team that can understand that you're going to spawn flipping all the time, then they're going to keep on top of it as well. Because as you can see here, he's staying on top of the spawn flips. He's pushing the spawn. There's spawn flips. He's running back to the middle of the map. Spawn flips again. He's running back and getting all these kills again. It's his 5th death.
And as you can see there, that was my last death of the game. If I didn't mention it before, I did get my 3 swarms. I got a double swarm in one life.
Yeah.
That unfortunately died. Close to the 3rd, I think. Close to the 3rd.
Yeah.
But going back to having a good team. A good team can consist of your friends. If you know anyone who's good at the game, then you want to get them involved and say, "Oh, can you give me a hand? I'm trying to get these high-end game players." And sometimes it's just random. And I'm playing with a friend, and that's the end of the gameplay.
Yeah. So if you're at the main points of this game, use your favorite gun. Silencer's almost a must. Ghost is almost a must. Play with people you know. Play with people who know what you're going to be doing. If you're just going to be playing with people and they've got no idea what you're doing, then they're not going to understand that the spawns are going to be flipping all the time. So make sure you've got communication going on all the time, and then make sure that they've all got mics as well. It's a good thing.
Yeah, communication is key, and this doesn't tie in with this gameplay, but that is very important in games such as League play.
Yeah. But anyway, that'll be the last from us, and you'll be seeing more of us soon.
Thanks for checking out my video.
Yeah. Just like, subscribe, favourite, do all that nice things if you want. It really helps us all out. We're going to try and get a lot more gameplay for you. If you like Minecraft, play that as well. Got a couple of completely random games going on as well. Got Resistance and Liberation, and I'm doing GTA 5 just now as well. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, later peoples!